Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at goarmy.com/team.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Pollard, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
We're learning a lot about how mobile apps are made, the programming and coding that goes into it, along with the time and effort. Along with that is also the entrepreneurship of the class, learning how to run our own business.
We're also learning basic marketing skills, people skills, graphic design, and social media marketing so that they can freelance, they can work on their own, they can apply for a job, they can go to BC or Cal State or any other university who offers programs that are specific within the mobile app development concentration or business concentration.
With my future and career, I do plan on being somewhat of an entrepreneur, owning my own business, sort of a clothing brand line. And so this will definitely help me out with possibly an app for my company, and the entrepreneur part helping me be able to run my business as smoothly as I can make it go.
Right now we're learning the different roles, what a game designer is, what they do, and how video games are made, and how to deconstruct them.
We're also going to be teaching the hard skills, which includes learning the Unreal Engine. And what the Unreal Engine is it's a game development tool that students will be able to use to make their very own video games. And this is something that actually industry professionals use every day to make some of the top-selling games. They're all the same size. You're all on the same plane. There's no undulating terrain or anything like that.
Our instructor, he's really amazing. He encourages everybody. He's really fun, and he makes learning fun.
So they've got top-of-the-line computers here, and they're set up to excel. I would be surprised if other students their age coming out of high school would have anywhere near the level of expertise that these guys are going to have.
Hi everybody, welcome back. Another live streaming edition of High School Sports here in Kern County. I'm Vance Palm. My good buddy Tom Myers is here again. We've roped him in for another one. High school volleyball right here in the southern central valley of California. We have some neighbors that have come down from Fresno, Clovis North. The Broncos taking on the reigning champions of this entire central southern section, the Liberty Patriots. Hey, this is going to be a big one tonight, Tom. I have nothing in my hands. You have a lot of stuff in your hands. Let's jump to some of this stuff. Liberty Patriots 5-2, reigning central section champs. Head coach Amy Parker, an iconic coach already here in Kern County. Had a chance to talk to her They're excited. They're pumped. Your thoughts on the Liberty Patriots?
Well, they have a lot of talent, and, it's kind of a team of 4 different classes. They have 3 freshmen, 3 sophomore, 3 juniors, and 3 seniors. And the seniors, Lainey Camarillo heads up that, Lauren Burt. They're really looking to have a big showing here tonight with a lot of talent on that squad.
Was talking to a good friend of ours down on the hardwood there about this SWYL. We'll talk to you about Frontier's big match last night as we get going in this storyline. We look at all these teams in this SWYL. Dare I say there'll be parity? I don't know. These top teams always kind of filter their way up to the top, but tonight will be a great opportunity for our viewers here locally to see these Liberty Patriots play a powerhouse team from the Valley, the Broncos of Clovis North. Had a chance to talk to the coach for a couple of minutes. You give me your thoughts, I'll give you mine. You go first.
The Broncos come in the number 8th ranked team in Division I in the state of California, overall number 14 in the state, and when you consider that they're up there in that league playing around with other teams like Clovis North or like Central, number 1 ranked team in the state. It's a very powerful division up in the northern area of our section.
I talked to Coach and I said, "So tell me give me a snapshot of your team today." He goes, "Well, Vance, we're pretty happy right now with what we're doing. We're 11-4, I think that's the record." And he said we had a big win over Ventura. Our team kind of felt like that was something that kind of pushed us into this next phase of the preseason. He said we know Centennial very well. You know Central up north. So I talked to him about the Clovis tournament that BHS was in, and I was there watching my girls, and he said, "Yeah, that's a tough tournament, that Clovis tournament. It gets everybody ready, gets everybody prepared. But my guess is that both coaches tonight really know they're up against it tonight."
Yeah, they really do. And, the big problem really that Clovis North is going to have this evening is they're missing their number 1 player, their DS Kiana Kiki Keelan, and she's out for the night. And so it's going to be a little bit difficult for them, I think, not having that power player in their squad. She's got a shoulder issue, so she's going to be sitting out for the night.
Of all the Liberty Patriots players that we can bring to the forefront, I'm going to go ahead and just take the chalk on this one, and probably, arguably, one of the best players in the Valley, and some will say arguably, and I use that word arguably in a nice, fun connotation. We can all kind of chit-chat about it, but Elise Ferreira is just an amazing young player, already signed for Oregon, and of all the great players they have on their team, I'll kind of pick her just to talk about tonight with what we can see from her this evening.
Yeah, she's the one that sets the tone for the entire offense. So it's really important that the passers get the ball, put it right in the cradle for her. She's got a couple of hitters that, she can put on a 1, she can put it to the outside, and she can set it back. She can put it where every hitter needs to get it.
That's Tom Myers. I'm Vance Palm. Kyle Wiley here. Julian tonight on the camera. We went big time. We said goodbye to Kevin Willie. We brought in the big man. We're gonna have a lot of fun this evening. Vance, Tom, Kyle, Julian. It's gonna be a good time. When we come back, Liberty, Clovis North, big time preseason volleyball, Division I, right here in Bakersfield.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at goarmy.com/team.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the number 1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
Welcome back, everyone. Quick break. Nice to have everybody with us tonight here in Bakersfield, California. Liberty High School is where we are, and this is no strange place to anybody that's followed high school volleyball in the last few years. Head coach Amy Parker has really just stamped her name on this school program. She took over 3 years ago, and she's just 2 championships in a row. She's just so solid. She's so phenomenal. And what we always do, we stop for a moment, we let the introductions take place, and we enjoy the national anthem. When we come back, we'll be into live action.
The Broncos come into this match with a 7-3 record. They are currently ranked 10th in the state of California and 180th in the nation. Now, let's meet the Broncos. Number 1 a senior outside hitter, Marina Gonzalez. Number 3, a junior middle hitter, Lauren Hill. Number 5, a senior center and defensive specialist, Bree Stanley. Number 6, a junior outside hitter, Sienna Shamalby. Number 7, a sophomore defensive specialist, Alyssa Orr. Number 14, a sophomore middle hitter, Jordan Cussator. And now, starting tonight for your Broncos, number 2, a sophomore center and captain, Heather Ayer Urza. Number 4, a sophomore defensive specialist, Taya Benavides. Number 8, a junior center and defensive specialist, Charmaine Lopez. Number 9, a sophomore defensive specialist, Emma Drake. Number 11, a senior middle hitter, Evelyn McKieran. Number 12, a senior middle hitter, Dakota Stephanie. And number 13, a senior outside hitter, Savvy Minert. The Broncos are coached by Travis Erb, assisted by Jason Powles and J.C. Toole. And now for your Liberty Patriots. Number 1, a junior defensive specialist, Kiana Keelan. Number 2, a freshman right side and outside hitter, Reese Renz. Number 8, a freshman right side and center, Brent Slayton. Number 9, a sophomore right side and outside hitter, Sutton Coffey. Number 15, a senior outside hitter, Lainey Camarillo. And now, starting tonight for the Patriots, number 3, a junior middle hitter, Caitlin Tucker. Number 5, a junior center, Elise Ferreira. Number 6, a senior libero, Leanna Caraccio. Number 7, a sophomore defensive specialist, Jaleesa Caraccio. Number 10, a sophomore outside hitter, Kaya Santos. Number 11, a freshman outside hitter and middle hitter, Paige Camarillo. And number 12, a senior center and right side, Lauren Burt. Patriots are coached by Amy Parker. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for your national anthem.
Welcome, everybody. Great to have you with us. Vance Palm alongside Tom Myers. Kyle's running the board and everything else. Julian's on camera tonight. We are at Liberty High School in Bakersfield, California. Before we get started, a special hello to the Liberty coaches' brother and mom, Amy Parker's family, watching from Fredericksburg, Virginia. So hello to mom and brother of head coach Amy Parker. Who are her assistants, Tom?
Assistants, Lauren Campbell, Morgan Burt, probably a relation to the setter on the team,
100%.
and Naomi Taylor.
Coaching staff for the Clovis North Broncos, head coach Travis Erb, H-E-R-B, Amy Alvarado, J.C. Toole, and Jason Powell. This is a big-time preseason match between two powerhouses in the Valley, the reigning champions against one of the top teams in the state of California and the country in Clovis North. So, Tom, game like this, it's not league, but it's a big preseason game. So the nerves are starting to settle down. They've been playing, 9, 10, 12 games now. They've got some tournament play underneath them. So now it's about execution early.
Yeah, and these games really do matter.
Of course.
They're talking about, as we start to develop these programs a little bit more regionally than just in your own league, this stuff becomes important because later on down the road, they're going to meet up again in the playoffs come October and November. So it's really good to kind of get to know your opponent from up north and get a little bit of time in on the court with them.
That's the voice of Tom Myers. He is the voice of Frontier Athletics, and I'll talk to him about that match last night when we get a few moments. But now it's all about competition.
Real quick correction, though, Vance. Earlier I said that Kiki Keelan played for North for the Fresno team, and I was incorrect in stating that. I was looking at the wrong roster. It's Marina Gonzalez for Clovis North that is out of the game tonight. She is a big outside hitter for them, so they're going to they may miss her a little bit. We'll see.
We're underway, and that did not take long. Elise Ferreira with a diving sinker ball serve and a quick, devastating serve to start off this match tonight. 1-0 Liberty.
Ferreira once again back to serve. And that one not hit quite square, but falls short of the defensive player.
Dakota Stephanie with the winner, and she'll serve. 6-footer, a senior, middle back. We're notched at 1.
For a good set, and the kill by number 3, Caitlin Tucker.
Caitlin Tucker, only a junior. That's scary. Perfect set, big hammer.
And Vance, here comes Lainey Camarillo into the game for the first time. Lainey, a transfer from Frontier High School in her senior season, came over to play with her sister, who is also on the squad as a freshman this year.
Heather Ayerza, senior, a captain for the Broncos. Sorry, a sophomore. She wanted to have a quick word with the referee.
Sophomore Kaya Sentes to serve here. Big high pass. Good block at the net.
Nice battle for it.
Good joust at the net by Caitlin Tucker.
Liberty up 3-1.
Sentes once again to serve here. And she floats one.
That's some nice volleyball right there by the Patriots.
Good kill by Lainey Camarillo in her first contact with the ball. She didn't quite get all of it, but she got enough. Got it deep.
Great vision, knew where to go with it. 4-1 Liberty. Kaya serves again. Tipped up front, hit by Burt, but still.
Savvy Meinert with the kill there. She's had a couple of swings so far, but the defensive specialists have been there to dig every single one of them, so she's finally got one. Now back to serve for Clovis North, number 2, Heather Ayerza. Ayerza just a sophomore. I discussed this with the coach. He's got 5 sophomores on the squad and 3 juniors. So they have a lot of underclassmen still to go on this squad.
Point by the Broncos, and something that we'll be talking about all season long is the unbelievable high level of play in this valley, from the northern tip of it, from Madera all the way down to the Grapevine in Kern County. It is a plethora of great volleyball. Here's a serve, 4-3, lead for Liberty, and big hit by Burt, and it's going to be 5-3.
Great set by Ferreira there. The ball wasn't in the perfect spot, and she turned that around to her middle hitter, and she came up and put it right down the middle.
We're in the first game. That's the voice of Tom Myers. I'm Vance Palm. Julian's on camera. Kyle's on pretty much everything else, keeping the whole world to know about this volleyball match tonight on Twitter, Facebook. It's all there. And another big, big hit out there.
Big kill by Savvy Minert. That's her second one.
Caitlin Tucker will come out.
Serving Savvy Minert.
Kiki's in.
Minert back to serve for the Broncos.
Great save by Burt. Miss hit up front. It'll be a 6-4 Liberty lead. Yeah, great play by Lauren.
That was Sienna Schemmelbeid, and she had just come into the game, so she's still a little bit rusty, but I'm sure that should be shaking out the cobwebs here in a second.
She better. Playing the champs. Oh, goodness. Laps in focus there, and that ball just floated in, just dropped in the middle of an open space.
And Vance, not a great set. I think that they were looking for a quick hit, and the one was behind her. She reached back to hit it, and then just floated it over the net, and everybody watched it fall.
Oh, beautiful set.
Great set by Burt. Huge swing by Dakota Stephanie on that one. And that's blocked at the net by Camarillo. Burt with the set back, and it's into the net.
Not much Elise could do in that one, and we're tied up at 6. Oh, the delicate necessity to have nimble fingers to set that ball backwards over your head all the way cross court. Almost got it, but we're tied up at 6.
Bree Stanley with the kill on that one. Burt's out as the setter since she fielded that ball. And there's a free ball. Burt with the set. And Camarillo with the kill.
Woo! Laney stands 6'2", all of it.
Now coming into the game, Alyssa Orr and number 10. Wait, correction, sorry about that. Kaya Sentes.
And Caraccio came back in.
Jaleesa Caraccio.
7-6 Patriots. You want your glasses back?
No, I'm good. I keep looking at the wrong roster, but we're going to get it straight here in a second.
Set off the back line. Liberty gets it. I learned a long time ago.
Liberty out to a solid game right now.
I got to put the bench on the bench and then flip the bench on the bench.
And that was the problem. I've got Liberty on the left of my rosters and North Fresno on the right side, North Clovis North. So
8-6, Liberty leads.
And a good one set on that. Big block over there on the left side by number 6, Sienna Shamelbad, and number 12, Dakota Stephanie.
Sentes swinging away, the sophomore. 9-6, Liberty up. Skips over the net. Beautiful touch again by Dakota Stephanie. Read it perfectly and just tapped it over and in.
And now into serve for Clovis North, number 8, Charmaine Lopez. Lopez, a junior, setter defensive specialist. And that one's just a bit long.
Floats over the back line, 10-7 Liberty. We're in our first set of the evening. Liana Caraccio will serve. A big swing, but it's out. Liberty gains another
Sailed
one.
Wide right on that one. Not a bad one set. She just got to it a little bit late.
Liana serves again.
Off the tape. Burt with the set.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
she dumped it right over the net for the score.
It takes vision, it takes timing, but it also takes that human touch of putting that in. 12-7, first timeout of the evening. You're watching the KernHighNetwork.com live streaming coverage of high school volleyball. We're in Bakersfield, California, and we have visitors from the north, Clovis North, down here to play the Liberty Patriots. I'm Vance Palm. I've got Tom Myers with me. Julian's right there. Kyle Wiley's right there. Good to see everybody. It's going to be a nice game. What do you have for me?
Vance, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, the U.S. Army, PAV Solar and Communications, Premier Lighting, Tony's Pizzas, and Raymond's Trophies for their support of Kern High School athletics.
This Friday night, East at Highland. That's the football game I'm calling. Kyle Wiley and Rich Cornford will be out in God's country, the Arvin, Garden in the Sun. The Bears hosting Miramonte. Two good games. We got a home game?
We do have a home game at Frontier High School. I'll be PA announcing for homecoming, which means I won't stop talking for about 3 hours.
Who you hosting?
We are hosting Paso Robles.
Okay, nice. So full slate of sports on Friday night here on KernHighNetwork.com. Here we go, 12-7 after the break. Caraccio still serving.
Big swing out of the back row there.
Ferreira looking for that sideline, just missed it. It'll be Bronco point and ball, and serving for the Broncos, Emma Drake. So Coach Erb not hesitant to get everybody on that roster in this first game.
You know, he's going deep into his lower classmen as well. I mean, you know, when we discussed it earlier, when I talked to him, you know, he's only got 5 seniors on there, and right now tonight, you know, he's short one. His star player, Marina Gonzalez, is out. She even averages 12 kills a game. So they're going to miss her this evening.
Here comes the serve. Going to be, oh my goodness.
Hits the tape and rolls over for the score.
That ball climbed up and over and gives the Broncos a point. 9-12, 9 serving 12.
Good pass. Burt handles it with a 1. And a great kill there by Caitlin Tucker.
Emma Drake does all the work to dig it out. Then they set her up on the back line. Didn't make it happen. So beautiful work getting that ball up and playable, but they couldn't capitalize.
You know,
so
it's easy to set a 1 when you're standing 2 feet away from the net, but when you're on the 10-foot line and you can set a 1, that's real talent.
Ferreira.
Great serve. No rotation on the ball. And that's really hard when it's like a knuckleball coming at you. And I'll tell you what, that's really hard to field. And you can tell on that ace, that's the reason why.
Wow, 14-9, back at the line. The University of Oregon future Duck.
And that's off the block.
Big swing by Meinert.
Evelyn McKeon returning. Serving.
Now serving Dakota Stephanie. Stephanie is senior middle hitter, and we've seen her tonight.
Oh, wow, a huge gaping hole right in the middle of the floor, and Lauren Burt didn't even have to overwork it. She just kind of nice, easy swing, put it right in the middle.
You know, Vance, that's the difference between low-level and high-level players. High-level setters will go to the floor to set that ball, as opposed to just bump setting it into the air. And she really, really put the ball in the good spot on that play.
15-10, Kaya serves. Ball's out, Liberty point. One thing I
wide right.
want to tell our viewers and listeners whenever I call volleyball games, and I'm sure you do too, we see so many of these teams and we know so many of these young ladies and their families and their parents. It's very common for me to use a first name, so if I do, please forgive me. I will get the last names in there. Kaya Sentes. I know her as Kaya. Nice serve.
I remember when Kaya's mother was pregnant with Kaya.
You see?
I've known her mother for a long time and her father as well. So
there's a
it's
pinball
great
serve.
seeing her here on the squad. Yeah, she's doing fantastic.
17-10, Liberty up big in the first. Another handcuffing serve.
Difficult pass to handle there. Ferreira with the set.
Oh, great get out there by Lopez.
And Lauren Burt showing that she can do it all. She's on that swing on that last one. And then putting it away, Caitlin Tucker.
Wicked. Coach Erb talking to Jason Powell, his assistant coach, chit-chatting about something. Maybe along the lines of, it's hard to get. They come right back at it, and what a beautiful shot in that back corner. Well designed and well executed. Savannah Minert.
You know, one thing I've noticed about Liberty teams, Vance, is that the setters don't always come out. Emma Reynolds went all the way around for years. She doesn't come out because their setters can do it all. Much like Lauren Burt on that last play where she swung. And a good tip at the net there. Tucker looking for it, and that's great vision, seeing that she had the block, but she had a dink sideways and went with it.
Paige Camarillo comes in.
Paige Camarillo back in the match. Caitlin Tucker serving.
Tucker standing in the key.
Camarillo, little sister of Laney, and it's like a carbon copy. Camarillo with the dink with the left hand, just over the net. And Camarillo with a big swing.
Oh, unforced error there by the Broncos, and look at this. It's 20-11, Liberty in the first one.
Liberty really out to a strong showing here in the first set, and I thought that was going to be a momentum killer when Coach called timeout early on in the first set here, but it hasn't really affected.
It's been the opposite, Tom.
Yeah. Big swing by Savvy Minert over there on the left side.
Savannah Minert, 6'1", outside hitter, senior. She is savvy. Talked to Coach Urban. I said, hey, I hope you let everybody know up there, up north, this thing's going to be going up to you and going all over the world on CurrentHighNetwork.com. And he goes, you know what, Vance, we did. We let some people know, and it's a great opportunity for them to view some great volleyball tonight on a Tuesday night here in the southern part of the valley. Boom. Wow, what a set, what a kill by Laney.
Lauren Burton serve for Liberty.
Imagine you have two Camarillo sisters in the front row, and they're trying to figure out which one's which, and they're both coming at them. Strong showing here in the first set by the Patriots.
Long serve by Burt. That'll keep it at 21-12 right now. Back in for the Broncos, Dakota Stephanie. 13 serving 21.
Burt with a good push up there. And out of the back row, Minert with a big swing and a good dig. Another good dig by the Patriots. And Camarillo puts it away.
That's a great, great rally right there by the Patriots. Burt took one right off the wrist, hit it right back over the net. And I'm certain that Minert thought she had the kill, thought she had the point, but that ball just floated right back over the net. Liberty hung with it, 22-13.
And Minert with a heck of a swing out of the back row. She was about 2 feet off the 10-foot line and got all of it. Now serving for the Patriots, Jaleesa Caraccio.
They're going to say into the net.
Yeah, they're called in the net. And now it's 23-13 here in the first set.
Heather Ayerza into the twine. So Liberty with a 10-point lead here in the first. They're 2 points away from putting this one down.
Over the number 12 ranked team in the state, Vance. Another good swing from Minert out of the back row. And that one mishandled a little bit and pushed into the net. And the Broncos will have serve. Coming in to serve for the Broncos now, number 8, Charmaine Lopez.
Nice block up front by Stephanie, Dakota Stephanie. Came right back at the Patriots. 15 serving 23. Liberty's 2 points away from notching the first game, but as Tom has mentioned, Broncos come back in a hurry.
And Amy Parker won't want to wait too long if this continues. I know there's only 2 points left, but momentum's a big thing in volleyball, so she's going to keep an eye on this to make sure.
Well, that certainly helps.
That's going to help her decision to not take a timeout a little bit easier.
We're at game point, 24-15.
And get ready to serve Liana Caraccio. And the Patriots wanted to shut the door on this first set and go ahead 1-0. That's pretty unexpected, I think. While going against this heavy hitter team in Clovis North.
Jalisa Caraccio with a big get. That was nice.
And
that's it.
That sails wide.
So Jalisa Caraccio with a big dig, pulls it back up, and Liberty puts it away. It's 1-0. Tom, your first game thoughts?
Well, quite unexpected. I expected it to be a little bit closer. I mean, you know, usually in these first sets, you don't have a true barometer of what's going to happen. Everybody's getting warmed up and finding their groove. And, you know, I expected it at least to be a little bit tighter than that, and maybe I even expected it to be Clovis on the winning end of that first set. I'm pleasantly surprised to see Liberty fighting as well as they are right now and really gelling as a team.
You know, it's awfully early. If you go into what is the accepted quantitative website for statistics, Max Preps, a lot of coaches have put nothing in there. Like there's literally no team stats, no nothing, because it's just too early. A lot of coaches' philosophy is, hey, we want to get some traction before we start putting numbers in there. So really I'm not going to give you a deluge of numbers this evening. It's not going to happen between these two teams, but we will tell you about the rankings of someone like Clovis North, and we do have the reigning champions in Liberty here. So this is big-time volleyball at its best here in the Valley. You're watching all of this on KernHighNetwork.com. We also want you to tweet at us and follow us on Twitter at KHSD Athletics. And, of course, you can get us on Facebook. Facebook, the global community for everybody. It's 1-0 Liberty.
Yeah, and Vance, some of those coaches, the reason they don't put those stats up is because they don't want to draw any attention to their team. And that happens. You know, it was kind of funny because some of these coaches, they don't want to give you too much. Even the broadcasters like us, they don't want to share too much information with us for fear that we'll give something away. So they kind of hide things a little bit when they can.
A lot of familiar faces here tonight. I won't give their names. I won't give their government since they haven't given me the right to do it. But, boy, I could do some name dropping tonight. There's a lot of people at this preseason volleyball match. Of course, when we get into league all around Kern County for the Kern High School District, no matter what league it is, there's going to be a ton of people in these gymnasiums tonight. Kind of a prep for the season. September 24th. 26th, Tuesday the 26th, the beginning of league play around the area down here. Tell us about your event last night at Frontier. Frontier, what I read was they gave them a battle, eh, Tom?
Yeah, last night Frontier did give a battle to the #1 ranked team in California,
wow.
the Central Grizzlies of Fresno. And honestly, it was a well fought game. And, you know, Penelope Zepeda, one of my favorites, she hits from everywhere. She doesn't even come off the court. She passes well. She sets well. She hits from the 10-foot line with a lot of power. We had a lot of other players that really stepped up their game last night. A couple of girls in the back row. Katara Daniels on the floor all night long. Just ridiculous how well. And she's just a sophomore. We had a lot of girls that are really fighting. Caroline McCarty had one of her best games ever. She's a right side hitter, and she's got a lot of length. And she had about 8 kills last night and did remarkably well. So there's a lot of talent on that Frontier team, and it's going to make great league play when we get to playing Liberty and Frontier, Liberty and Stockdale, Liberty and BHS. Frontier and Centennial. There's going to be some real big games coming up this season.
We're going to have them here on KernHighNetwork.com. I'm calling a couple more. You're calling some games. Kyle's going to keep scheduling as many of these great activities as we can get in front of you. We've got wrestling coming along. We've got basketball, of course. We have all-star games. We have baseball in the works. It's not committed yet. Track and field also. There are a lot of people that want to see a lot of things. Last year we did a band competition with 0 advertising, and by the second hour we had 1,000 live viewers watching marching band with not a stitch of advertising. It was all through social networking. So here we go, game 2. Clovis North will start off. They're down 1-0 to these Liberty Patriots. Confusion there on who was supposed to get that one, and it's 1-0 Clovis North.
Yeah, that's really up to Lauren Burt to call help on that one if she can't get to it. So her hitter was waiting for her to work her way over, and she wasn't there in time and wasn't going to be able to get to that pass. Nice pass by the DS. And a dink right over the net by Caitlin Tucker.
Oh, she's so smart.
And she gets really good jump. I mean, she hangs up there for a little while, so it's impressive to watch her leap.
That's the junior, Caitlin Tucker.
Ferreira back to serve. And that one mishandled by the DS there and put in the net.
Tom, that's got to be at least the 5th, maybe the 6th serve by Elise that has not been handled.
You know, and that'll speak to the caliber of player she is. Putting some, you know, it's much like a pitcher putting movement on a ball, and she's not just putting it over on a straight line. She's putting it so that it's not level, and it's hard for them to gauge where it's going to come down. And that one blocked at the net, and they dug it out of there. It's still in play. Great play by Clovis North Broncos.
Burt slips one in. They got it. After all of that pomp and circumstance, it's the little dink that gets the point.
And Burt didn't swing hard on that one. She just tapped it to sink it short. If you hit it a little bit harder in those cases, it's going to sail back to the DS. But if you just get a little tap on it, it'll drop soon, and then they have a little bit more trouble handling that ball.
Ferreira back to serve again.
Little timeout on the court to wipe up some of the girls rolling all over the floor. They're really fighting hard on the Clovis North side. Great defense in that last rally.
I saw a good colleague last night in print put the story about the Frontier girls saying if today was the day to put ice and, you know, they were all over the floor last night, I guess. Oh, what a rocket. Sentes tried to make something out of a set that may be a little tight for, couldn't get it in, so it's 2 serving 3. Broncos trail by 1.
Yeah, back to serve right now, Dakota Stephanie. Stephanie, one of the leaders on this team. Stephanie out of the back row. Good swing, but great dig. Joust at the net by Tucker, and it's up. Is it over? Oh, and he calls it dead. Called the player in the net for the Patriots.
Yeah, Kaya Sentes got her left ear in the net.
Ear hair.
Well, sure. That's hard to miss when your head's rocking back and forth. Some more top shelf, upper echelon volleyball names rolling through these exit and entrance doors. Man, oh man. Should have asked her permission. Can I drop your name? Sentes with a nice tap. Ooh.
And a big swing there by Savvy Minert. Minert, you know, unimpeded on that one. No one got up to block, and she just put the ball away.
The Broncos with their first lead of the evening, 4-3 here in the second. Burt muscles one over.
Right through the block there.
Tied at 4.
And here comes Lainey Camarillo back into the game. Camarillo hitting on that left side. She's a good, strong right-handed hitter.
Oh, nice serve. Kaya Sentes has had that ball tail over the tape and just drop on that left side.
Sentes with a rocket there, Vance. That one really, really got over the net and dropped. That one a complete contrast to the prior serve.
Big block up front by Camarillo. Liberty, 3 points in a row now. And it's 6-4 for the Bakersfield team, Liberty. Sentes comes up short, 6-5 Liberty. This is game 2. You're watching the KernHighNetwork.com live streaming coverage of high school sports here in Kern County. The Kern High School District, so proud, so happy of the product that they've been able to start providing here for these students last season. Here we are on the 2017-2018 school year, and we're off to a banging start with football and volleyball.
And Minor with the swing, and that one's out of bounds.
They're going to say Lauren Burt hit the net. She's incredulous, completely in disbelief. But that's the call.
Official Junior Manrique spotted that one, and she did it apparently right beside him, so he pointed it out the second that it happened.
6-6. Oh, good eyes. Kiki saw it going long, and it went long. Now serving for the Patriots, Caitlin Tucker.
Lauren Burt with the swing. And Burt again with the stuff. And is still in play.
They're going to say 4 hits.
And Manrique calls the 4 hits. The official up on the chair over there didn't call it, but Manrique did. And a challenge coming from the Clovis North Broncos right now.
Well, here's the only thing I'll say, Tom, and we see this in a lot of sports, whether we're broadcasting it or we're watching it. You'll see on certain plays like this the players' reaction to it. And I must say that half of the Broncos stopped playing. So 3 of the 6 kind of stopped before the whistle, so it almost gave to me the clue that they also thought it had been 4, but that's just my – so you see that sometimes in interference plays in football where you see the guy knows he did it, so he just stops, and then the play doesn't get called, and he's like, oh, okay, all right. But this one, I saw 3 of the Broncos stop playing.
Well, I saw 6 of the Patriots stop playing. They totally thought that it was 4 hits. And, you can liken it to soccer where the guy falls down and rolls around on the ground.
So I don't know if we're going to play this over. I think it's going to be, nope.
Are they going to give us a play again? No, they've awarded the point to Liberty.
8-6. Tucker serving. And the volleyball gods.
And that one just out.
Coach Travis Erb lifted up his hands and looked to the main official in somewhat of a joking way, said, hey, you see how that goes? That's the volleyball gods right there.
Back in the game to serve for Clovis North, Charmaine Lopez.
7 serving 8. Liberty with a 1-point lead.
And that one falls in. Great hit. Number 11, Paige Camarillo, showing she can do it in the middle.
One of 2 freshmen on the squad for Amy Parker, Reese Renz. There's some bloodline athletics.
I went to school with both of her parents, and they were both super athletes. Her mother, a great volleyball player.
That's smart. Smart play by the southpaw, Heather Ayerza, sophomore. 8 serving 9. Liberty leads by 1. Broncos serving.
Minert back to serve. And Savvy doesn't come out. She goes all the way around from the front row to the back, so she's obviously got some chops when it comes to passing the ball.
Big hit by Elise Ferreira. 10-8 Liberty.
And again, Vance, that's what I'm talking about. Ferreira, a setter, but hits like that. Amy Parker has teams where they have players that can do everything, and their setters are hitters. And so that's really a testament to the kind of program that she runs.
Caraccio sneaks it over.
And that one off the tape. Great dig out there by number 2, Heather Ayerza. Burt with a big set cross court. Fantastic set.
Who killed that one? That setter, Elise Ferreira. Anybody that's watched volleyball here in the Valley for a couple years knows that she can do it all. Absolutely. What a hammer.
The great point about that set is you can go on a 15-foot set if you want to, but it's going to give the defenders time to get to it. She set that about 3 feet off the net all the way across on a quick set, and for the timing on that has to be impeccable.
Big swing by the Broncos, but it goes long. 12-8 Liberty. They're up 1-0 here, and this is the second game. Jaleesa Caraccio serving.
And that one, once again, having trouble handling that serve. Setters out.
Ferreira with another kill.
Yeah, they were there for the block. but it came just down inside the net. That means they're not close enough on the net, or they're a little too high, and that ball just comes right down inside of where that block is.
As you're talking to me, I'm watching Coach Travis Erb. It's like I'm listening in stereo to what he's saying. You got it right, Tom. Sneaky little play. Good hustle by Burt. Oh, and a big put away by the sophomore lefty, Ayerza. Boy, Lauren Burt does it all. She's all over the place, sells out when she has to, but Ayerza, the southpaw sophomore, 5'8", she's making the most of everything.
Jordan Cussiter back to serve. She's a sophomore middle hitter.
And she likes to serve when we're not
They
in play
haven't
yet.
whistled it yet.
Hey, it's like my buddy Terry Hallam used to say back in Arvin. Claw used to say, that's a great move if you get away with it. But she didn't.
I know a couple of the Hallams out in Arvin. I think they're all related, aren't they?
I would think so.
Steve and Susan?
Oh, boy. Now you're talking about my crew. Oh, a big block, but
out of bounds. Great swing over there on the left side.
If they put it anywhere close, Elise is going to get it. She can work with it, do what she wants. 14-9, Liberty up 5 here in the second. Trouble again with the serve.
Sentez, great job handling that dink over there. And it's mishandled that time by Ferreira.
Well, it was a great play by the Broncos, actually. Kept that in play when I think Ferreira thought it was a point, thought it was over, and that ball just crept its way back up into the air. And
both teams are starting to get a feel for each other on that dink.
You're right.
So they're really starting to work in covering that dink and not necessarily committing 100% to the hit. That ball sailed, difficult to handle, but great job in the back row there by Jaleesa Carrasco.
Kaya Sentez really with a big hit, and they passed it all the way back over the net where, of course, Caitlin Tucker's waiting for it, and that's trouble for anybody, even the Broncos. 15-10, Liberty up 5, and they serve Elise Ferreira.
Again, once Ferreira goes to the back row, she then becomes the setter.
Oh, and a big serve.
And the same story we've heard all night long, having trouble handling the serve coming from Ferreira.
Head coach Travis Erb of the Broncos, chit-chatting with assistants right now. 16-10 Liberty. Amy Parker, head coach for the Patriots, has a quick word with Elise. And another great serve.
And they called it, they called a lift on that one.
The entire Clovis North crowd letting that official know, but he was right there on top of it.
And probably what they should have called before that was 4, because it came off her hands, hit her in the shoulder, popped up.
Well, we heard the fireworks show oohs and ahs here for a moment. They want to let that ref know, but right now it's 11 serving 16. Broncos trail by 5.
Stephanie back to serve right now.
Oh, nice serve.
And she drops it right over the net.
My goodness. That was the sinker of all sinkers by the senior.
You know, Vance, it's not very often that you see a middle hitter that plays back row.
Yeah.
And so they've got her playing all the way around this evening as well, which speaks, you know, to her talent level to be able to pass as well as she does as a middle hitter. And Burt with a huge swing and a great dig by libero
Benavides.
And that one sails a little bit long by Sentez. They're saying it was tipped. The referee disagrees. And that's going to make it 16-12.
What a dig. What a dig.
Yeah, Benavides. I'll tell you what, she's over there. She was in the perfect spot, and that ball came flying probably 60, 70 miles an hour at her.
A sophomore, Tom.
Yeah.
That's going to be a double hit. Here come the Broncos.
And Amy Parker's up out of her seat. She's not signaling for a timeout yet, but she wants to have a little conversation real quick with her team.
14 serving 16. Broncos trail by 2, trying to claw their way back in this thing. They're down a game, 1-0.
And that's off the block. Tucker wanted a lift, and Tucker just puts it away on the quick set.
The relationship between Elise Ferreira and Caitlin Tucker, 2 juniors. They've been together for a while, and they just can read each other's mind.
And it's scary. They're going to be together again next year.
Yeah, my daughter's thanking you for saying that, Tom. That's going to be outside.
Sentes let that one go, and, on a ball where she really could have gone after it, smart move. Knowing where she is on the court and finding that the ball was just a little bit higher than it should be, and had that one sail out of bounds on the right side.
18-14. Sentes with a tough serve, and now it's 19-14.
And Clovis North still plagued with this issue of having trouble handling the serve coming from the Liberty Patriots.
Coach Herb just kind of going down his fingers, 1 finger, 2 fingers, just counting off all the things he's finding that he needs to work on right now. Frankly, they're in trouble of going down 0-2 on the road here. And 20-14 Liberty right now in the most.
And Herb's going to motion for a timeout.
In these most important little momentum swings, it's the Patriots that have been capitalizing on them. These 4 or 5 point chunks right in the late stages of the game now leaves Liberty with a 20-14 lead right now. 6 points for the Liberty Patriots. I'm Vance Palm. I've got Tom Myers next to me. Julian's on camera. Kyle's handling all things director and producer-wise. What a pleasure to be with you tonight. We started off a few weeks ago with the scrimmage over at Golden Valley. We had Miramonte, Arvin, and Golden Valley out there, and Tom and I were able to kind of get our teeth cut in our first game of the first night of the 2017 season. And then on week 1, I was at Liberty for the scare of a lifetime. You kidding me? Rich Cornford and I watched the Liberty Patriots almost give one away at the very end, and an excessive celebration point. They moved the field goal, the PAT attempt back, and they missed, and the Patriots get out of there with a hard-fought, well-deserved win, but it was a scary one. And then
we had the same issue happen last weekend where Frontier and Ridgeview had a tight game going too.
Well, week 2, Tom, you and I didn't work.
It was a little hot.
The heat put us all back, and then we'll get to week 3 last week. Your game and my game, we'll talk about that at the next break. But KernHighNetwork.com, we are rolling this year. Sentes with a serve, 20-14. Liberty leads by 6. Oh, what a fantastic play.
And she mishandles it off the pass.
Camarillo with an unbelievable get. And then what would be a pedestrian pass
over the net.
Just didn't happen. But doesn't take away from that killer highlight that Kyle May put on Twitter. Those fingers are blazing. Those fingers are blazing.
And Burt in the middle, and it sails right out of bounds.
So here's a 2-point consecutive swing here.
That timeout momentum killer. And it didn't work the last time. Well, it worked for Liberty the last time, but it didn't work for Clovis North. So that one sailed really low. Great serve.
2016 Liberty. Oof.
Savvy Minor.
Either way, it was a net violation, but that ball wasn't going to be picked up anyway. That was a drill right into the wood. 17-20. Here come the Broncos.
Sophomore Taya Benavides with a fantastic serve on that last play. Just floated one right over the net. Dropped it about 4 feet past the net. This one's a little longer. And they're having trouble handling it. And great job in the back row there.
Keeley put up a Thor hammer.
Keelan. And it put away by Lainey Camarillo.
Wow, Kiki Keelan with the Thor hammer. She just threw it back and went up and got it. What a great hit.
That's not a move they teach you in volleyball class.
She's instinctive.
But I'll tell you what, if that's all she had, she used what she had. It was too late to turn around, so she just put her hands over her head and swung.
Super smart. Sutton Coffey with the serve.
Benavides with a great dig off the serve there. Camarillo once again. Big dig over there on the right side by Heather Ayerza. Camarillo again and puts it away.
22-17.
Camarillo's made a really good job so far of swing selection of where she wants to place the ball. One was line, that one cross court, and they were kind of expecting her to go line again, I think. That's why the ball was on this side, and the defender was fighting to her left to try and get to it.
Coffey with a serve. Nice low serve.
Big swing by Minor. Back set to Burt.
Boom.
Burt puts it away.
Back corner, no one getting close to that one. So, Tom, as you mentioned,
if the fans could see the look on my face right now, and yours.
Well, as you mentioned, they were starting to get a feel for each other, and it looked like the Broncos were starting to get a little bit of a better feel, and then the Liberty just put the pedal to the metal, and it's 23-17 here in the second. Oh, and it's an ace.
And it's an ace.
Never touched. Discombobulation happening for the Broncos.
Sutton Coffey, the sophomore outside hitter.
That sails. Couldn't put that one away, but it still is. Game point, 18 serving 24. The Broncos will serve.
And to serve for the Broncos, number 9, Emma Drake. Drake, the sophomore DS. That one off the tape, handled very well.
And it's over. Second game is over, 25-18. We will take a quick break. You're watching all of this on the KernHighNetwork.com. Liberty up 2-0 against the Clovis North Broncos. Back right after this.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
This is where we're going to train the kids to actually get jobs in the industry. We're going to give them the basic tools that they need, also the skills that they need to understand where they fit into the industry.
All the animated things, because we have everything that we need in the scenes.
They are learning the principles of animation, Photoshop. They're learning how to animate in 2D and 3D. And when you swap to that shape, then you're just going to drag these over here.
The storyboard aspect of creating basically the skeleton of the story, and then just sort of directing people in my vision of what I want in the story. And it's also giving me the advantage of Mr. Pollard, since he's worked at so many companies, being able to put it in my resume and be like, this is the art direction I've received.
We're learning a lot about how mobile apps are made, the programming and coding that goes into it, along with the time and effort. Along with that is also the entrepreneurship of the class, learning how to run our own business.
We're also learning basic marketing skills, people skills, graphic design, and social media marketing so that they can freelance, they can work on their own, they can apply for a job, they can go to BC or Cal State or any other university who offers programs that are specific within the mobile app development concentration or business concentration.
With my future and career, I do plan on being somewhat of an entrepreneur, owning my own business, sort of a clothing brand line. And so this will definitely help me out with possibly an app for my company, and the entrepreneur part helping me be able to run my business as smoothly as I can make it go.
And we're back on the broadcast at KernHighNetwork.com. I'm Tom Myers, joining Vance Palm this evening, getting ready to start the third set. The Liberty Patriots lead the Clovis North Broncos 2-0 so far. And Vance, this one a little bit of a surprise so far, don't you think?
Here's the thing, though. We talk about that. Yeah, you can look at certain things and say that a little bit of a surprise, but Tom, it is Liberty. It is Liberty. It's not, you talk about the rankings for the Clovis North Bulldogs. Yes, they're a very good team. Their top players out, sure, but it's hard for me to ever say that I'm surprised with Amy Parker and what she does with these Liberty Patriots. Elise Ferreira starts it off. Game 3.
And Ferreira continuing where she left off in the first 2 sets with those serves that are really hard to handle. And a great set right there by the net, and it sails a little bit. It's off the fingertips of Clovis North with the kill, number 10, Kaya Sentes.
It also hit Dakota Stephanie on the forearm on the way out, so there was no doubt point for Liberty. Now, if you were to ask me in 24 points if it's a 3-0 sweep, that would be surprising.
Yeah.
And I'll jump on the surprise bandwagon.
Well, my only surprise is that it's not been a little bit tighter. The first set 25-15. Excuse me, 25-15. Second set went 25-18.
Those types of things that we just saw do surprise me when I see Heather Ayerza run all the way over and hit a ball that Dakota Stephanie was thinking she might hit. All of a sudden it's 2-0. Ferreira saying, I'll take that 2-0 and make it 3-0 with a dynamic serve that just screams over the top of the tape and dives.
Yeah, sophomore Benavides couldn't really do much with that. That one was really just diving rapidly over the net. And Ferreira showing a different mix of the types of serves that she sends. And Minor with the big swing from the back row. Off of Tucker's hands is the tip of the net. And then Burt, once again, with that small swing right over the net, just placing the ball at will.
That's got to be like the third or fourth shot that we have seen Lauren Burt. Just before she hits it, she takes a quick peek over there and says, okay, I'm going here. No big swing, no big hit, but just perfection.
Hey, and that's a quality setter for you, knowing where she is on the court and know where her competitors are on the court.
Ferreira with the hard ball, with a fastball, just a little high.
You know, the vision that Burt has is conducive to the type of setter that she is, because she knows when to set one out to the right, to the left, or on a one, because she knows where the defenders are going to be at that particular time. And Burt once again showing that she can swing, but that one's a little bit wide. Big swing on that one.
Special thank you to Principal Libby Wyatt at Liberty High School, Assistant Principal of Instruction Josh Williams. How about Ron Priest, the Assistant Principal of Administration, Tim Davis, the Athletic Director, and Brooke Slayton, the Activity Director. Thank you, as always, for making us feel so welcome and at home. There's a ball that goes out.
Yeah, Kaya Sentes on the swing on that one, and right now they're having a little bit of trouble keeping it in the court, going a little too hard angle on each one of these hits that are sailing wide.
3 serving 4, Liberty up by 1. Big hit, but that's out. Nobody touched it. From Clovis North, we'd like to thank Principal Scott Dilly, Deputy Principal Tammy Graham, Deputy Principal Sonia Terosium, Athletic Director Kobe Lindsay, and Activities Director Carlos Zuniga. We welcome you tonight to Bakersfield and down to Liberty High School. Pleasure to have you with us.
Laney Camarillo back in the game, and Sentes back to serve. Camarillo, the 6'2", strong side hitter, up on the block with Tucker, and that one's a little long. And they call it off the fingertips of the Patriots and out of bounds. Point Clovis North.
No argument from Parker. Kiki back in. Kiki for Kaya. Boy, there's some modern names, eh? Kiki's in for Kaya. Ferreira keeps it alive. Liberty floats it back over. Oh!
That one just a little bit misjudged over there on the left side.
Savannah Minert had it just sail over her hands.
I think Minert thought that was coming a little quicker. They didn't really gel on that particular play. It looked like one that was supposed to be a shoot set right across the net to her.
Sutton Coffee will serve.
Pass close to the net, right in the basket. Camarillo with the swing. And here comes Laney. Good block by Clovis North at the net there.
But Camarillo back with it, and fantastic play by Liberty right now. You know, sometimes you think you get the kill and it doesn't happen. You lose your focus. They did not. They stayed with it. 7-4.
That one right through the fingertips of Lauren Hill and Savvy Minard at the net there. Good opportunity to block it, but it slowed down a little too much for the DS to get to the ball.
Perfect set. Oh, what a get by Ferreira. Benavides keeps it alive.
Minor with the swing. Camarillo with the dink all the way to the back line and gets it down for the point. And the Patriots in the third set off to an early lead at 8-4.
It's just like Roger Federer, just finding one little spot in the back of the court and saying, that's where I'm going to put it, and nobody's going to get it.
Well, Laney all at 6'3", 6'2". She looks over the net and finds the spot fairly easily.
Another big hit by Minor, but it comes right back at the Broncos.
Minor again, and another block over there on the right side by Camarillo. Page and Burt, and then Laney Camarillo gets on the block. So it's Camarillo's blocking in the front row the whole time.
Well, what a textbook highlight that was. All facets of the Patriots game. Coffee with the serve.
And Minor starting to show a little frustration there, swinging a little bit too late on that ball.
10 serving 4, Liberty up 6. Coffee, back corner. Oh, good eyes by Benavides. She stands 5'3", and that ball was 5'3 and a half. Went right over her head and out.
And now there's going to be a substitution. Jordan Cussiter coming out of the game. And into serve number 5, Bree Stanley.
Five serving 10. Liberty has them doubled up right now. Oh, Benavides is special.
All over the floor. Great pass and great vision to get up off the ground.
But you can't stop that.
Paige Camarillo. Liberty firing on all cylinders right now, Vance.
Well, that's got to be
they're really finding their team cohesiveness right now, and everybody's working well together. And that one floated just short, just into the tape by Lauren Burt.
Well, it's got to be a special feeling for Paige, the freshman, to be playing with her sister, and when obviously no doubt she looks up to her and has hit balls with her for endless hours in the living room, in the bedroom, in the backyard, and everywhere they go together. So for her to be playing with her, it's got to be special. Sneaky little serve right there. And almost. The Patriots try to keep it alive.
You know, I had a conversation with Laney at the end of last season, and I knew that she was coming to Liberty. Her folks were building a house over here. Paige was going to come to school here, and Laney was really excited about the prospect of getting to play volleyball with her sister 1 year before she graduated high school. So I'm glad that worked out well for the both of them. Camarillo gets the pass and gets rewarded by a set and puts it away.
Well, I've known their parents and the Camarillo's grandparents and the Camarillo's great-grandparents. They were at our church in Arvin back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So Grandpa Dean and Grandma Janet, and then the great-grandfathers that lived up, and grandparents lived up in Tojon, and we'd go up there for barbecues back in the late 70s, early 80s, and to watch these great-grandchildren in that Camarillo bloodline is real special. You see their mom and dad up in the stands. Great effort right now by the Broncos, but they just are not able to match what Liberty's bringing as far as what you say, cohesiveness together. Right now it seems like there's 2 or 3 really good players for the Broncos that are playing against 6 well-oiled players on a team.
And we haven't called Brenna Slayton much tonight, so I think she's just come into the game now. And that was a big swing by her to put that ball away. And again, the Broncos having not really been able to get the ball rolling with their passing. And, you know, passing starts everything. You know, my old coach, David Wittenberg, told me, if you can't pass a volleyball, you can't do much after that.
14-7, doubled up again, the Patriots. Nice serve by Carocchio.
And that ball's still in play. Good vision right there. And the tip over the net by number 12, Dakota Stephanie of the Broncos.
Broncos will serve, 8 serving 14. Benavides back to serve. This is the third game. Liberty won the first 2.
Taya doing a great job in the back row for the Broncos this afternoon.
Benavides tried to sneak one over, and it did not happen. So it is 14-8 and Liana Caraccio will serve.
Benavides with a very, very good pass, but it's a double hit called on the setter. You know, Vance, I didn't really see that, so I'm trying to figure out how they call that a double. Maybe she hit it twice off of her,
just mishandled.
Off the pass.
Outside.
Benavides, good vision on that one, watching it sail left.
8 serving, 16.
Ayerza back to serve, for the Broncos. Ayerza just a sophomore. Burt with the set. Off the block there. And a double hit called on the Patriots.
They've had a few lapses tonight, but nothing too detrimental, nothing too dangerous, nothing too devastating. They're still up 6, 10 serving 16.
And that pass off the mark, over the net, and good vision over there by number 11, Evelyn Mickerin.
Caitlin Tucker back in for the Patriots.
You know, Vance, let's also remember, as you start to get into the third set, people start to tire a little bit. Legs start to turn into rubber. Vision starts to get a little bit cloudy. And Tucker with a huge kill off the great set by Burt.
Lauren Burt.
She and Tucker, they have just got a connection right now, like there's one brain doing the same thing.
Lauren Burt and anybody that's hitting up there.
Yeah. You think we could do it if she put a set for that like us?
Yeah.
Maybe back in the day when we were playing at grass tournaments at Cal State.
Yeah, probably. She would see it and say, all right, this is what this guy does. This is what this guy does. This is how I know to set it. This is what I'll do. Oh, my goodness. That's so beautiful as we're talking about
Great
her. She
vision.
Continues to do it. 18-11. Coach Erb not calling a timeout. They're down 0-2, and this is 18-11 in the third, but he's still up clapping. And now, of all things for the Broncos to have to deal with, it's Elise Ferreira serving.
And they've had trouble with her all night long. That's actually a great pass.
And they get the point, so they handled it well, and they pick up a point.
Good swing by Dakota Stephanie over there, set up by Savvy Meinert with a good pass on that. And like I said, they've had trouble handling Ferreira's serve all night long. They did a good job on that one by getting it ready to go. And Stephanie back to serve right now.
12 serving 18. Burt tried to get sneaky with it. Once again, we want to thank Kern Schools, Federal Credit Union, United States Army, PAV Solar and Communication, Premier Lighting, Tony's Pizza, and Raymond Strophies. Tony's Pizza. Who will be the Tony's Pizza player of the match?
I wonder who. We got a lot to choose from, you know.
Almost, just a little bit long out there for Brenna Slayton. And now all of a sudden, 14 serving 18. Here come the Broncos down by 4.
Broncos down 2-0 right now in the third.
And a knuckleball serve by Dakota Stephanie. 15-18. Broncos trail by 3, Tom.
And the small student section over here for the Broncos. They're calling it out right now, still supporting their team.
The Froschoff and JV teams, they don't go home until this game's over, so they might as well cheer, eh? A big block. And
Miner tells them let it go because it's heading out of bounds off the block. Smart move over there. She had somebody making a break on it and called her off.
Timeout called. That gives us an opportunity, by the way. 18-16, Liberty leads by 2. Want to thank the superintendent of the Kern High School District, Dr. Brian Schaefer, the Assistant Superintendent of Instruction, Dr. Brenda Lewis, the Assistant Superintendent of Educational Services and Innovative Programs, Dr. Dean McGee, and the Director of School Support Services, the gentleman that texted me a while ago and said, you guys sound great, Stan Green. Thank you, Stan. Appreciate the great opportunity. Julian's on camera tonight. I'm Vance Palm. Tom Myers next to me. Kyle Wiley, our Director, Producer, our fearless leader, who, by the way, last Friday night, our game was Frontier at Ridgeview. What a win for Coach Bandy, but not only that, it was that less than 8 hours later, Kyle Wiley was pushing the sled back through the back streets of Bakersfield. He was working out, pushing it hard, moving that 100-pound sled through the back alleys of some gym.
And he does that for fun?
He was up and at him early. Now, I will say that our good man, Dr. Rick Van Horn, said, hey, what's up with the wristbands? That was a beautiful.
By the way, just so you know, I was eating a donut while you were doing that. So.
Oh, my gosh. Kyle, my hero. He's in great shape, man. Hey, for a 40-year-old dude, you are built, man. Here we go.
Clovis North with the serve. Quick one set there. Tucker had to dink it over the net. Not quite in the right spot. And Minor with the big swing.
Oh.
Good tip over there by Slayton.
So here we go. 17, serving 18. They trail by 1. The Broncos trying to get back in this thing. They are down 0-2 in games. Stephanie serves it again.
Nice floating serve. And Tucker, oh, great dig by Dakota Stephanie out of the back row. Slayton with the dink, and it's handled, and it's over the net. Tucker again. Benavides over there. Minor with the swing, and Minard again with the dink. Tucker can't handle it, and we're tied up, Vance.
The 6'1 senior, Savannah Minard, has showed us everything tonight. The power, the finesse, quick thinking. It's 18, serving 18. And it's out. So after that big climactic push back to an 18-18 score, an unforced error on the service.
That's a little deflating on the part of the Broncos.
Boy, oh boy. Should be 19-18. It's not on the scoreboard, but it should be. Oh, my goodness.
Just drops in off the service.
It sails
receive.
back over, and it just floats back over and lands in. 19-19.
And now in the game for Liberty, Diaz Kiki Keelan. Tucker in the front row.
Ferreira hit the net.
And
She tried to keep it.
They're going to call that on a lift. The pass was sailing over the net, and in her effort to keep it from going over, she hit it up with her hand, but got caught doing a lift instead. It stayed on her hand for just a little too long.
20, serving 19. Clovis North, 1-point lead.
Good floating serve. Tucker on the swing, and it heads down.
We're tied at 20. Paige Camarillo back in. Sutton Coffey comes in to serve. Caitlin Tucker out for the moment.
Both Laney and Paige Camarillo in the front row right now with Lauren Burt.
Big hit. The ball was out, but was it touched? It was not. Okay, the ball was deep, but it was not touched. So all of a sudden, Liberty up 21-20, 4 points away from the match.
Minor averaging 12 hits and kills a game. Big dig over there by Coffey. Minor once again from just off the 10-foot line, and it's passed into the net, can't be handled.
Coffey had a shot at it, just a little too firm. We're tied up at 21. This is game 3. Caitlin Tucker comes back in, as well as Liana Caraccio.
Stanley will serve.
Both Camarillo sisters still in the front row.
Tom, can you believe it? 21-21, and they serve another one out, an unforced error, service out, and now Liberty 22-21. Looking to Coach Herbie's.
In the last 4 points, that's happened twice now, and you know at this level, that really shouldn't happen.
He's
really got to be biting his clipboard right now about that one.
Well, he's flummoxed. He can't understand it.
Minard again with the big swing over there. Camarillo with the joust at the net. She wins it, but it's still in play. It's going to be a free ball over. Good pass.
Ferreira's blocked.
Camarillo couldn't figure it out of the net, and point Broncos.
22-22.
And it's going to be a player substitution for the Broncos back in the game. Dakota Stephanie back to serve right now. Savvy Minert. They leave her in all the way around. She plays back row and front row.
Long, Tom. 3 services in a row at the most critical points.
Caraccio with great vision back there to let that one go.
Coach Herb looked up at me. He looked at me
and he gave the 3.
3 in a row. He's looking at me. I'm just calling the game, but I think he's looking back thinking, hey, was there anybody that sees what I'm seeing? Yeah, we do, Coach. It's got to be.
Maybe he's got an earphone in right now and he's listening to us on the Kern High Network.
Long.
Minor out of the back row and sailed that one long. And honestly, they should not have set that ball to her. They have some front row hitters in number 12 over there on the right side, Dakota Stephanie. Or excuse me, the left side hitter.
The student section up for the Liberty Patriots.
It's point. It's point. I almost said Frontier. Point Liberty.
Match point, 24-22 here in the third. Here's the serve.
Good pass by Benavides. And on the one.
Broncos hang in there. It'll be 23, serving 24. Still match point.
Benavides back to serve.
All of Clovis North thinking, we just get this one. If we can just get this one. And they do it. Ferreira will, of all things, the soft tip. And in 3, the Liberty High School Patriots down the Clovis North Broncos. Are you kidding me? Now, Tom, I will say I'm a bit surprised that was over in 3. Wow.
What a fantastic third set. And both teams just fighting all over the place to try to get that win for that set.
In a second, we'll take a break so we can come back and discuss our Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. And we can wrap this up and get ready to talk about our football games Friday night and really soak up this moment. A big, big win. You are watching KernHighNetwork.com live streaming sports. We'll be back right after this.
Every team trains hard. Every team prepares to win. But when U.S. Army soldiers take the field, it's best if the other guys don't bother showing up. See if you have what it takes at GoArmy.com/team.
One thing about Kern Schools is you get to do your banking your way.
I'm a traditional banker. I still like writing checks and visiting my branch.
As a millennial, for me, it's all about the mobile.
And I'm somewhere in between. I still do everything online or through an ATM.
So no matter how you do your banking, Kern Schools is always there. That's why we're the #1 financial institution in all of Kern County.
Take advantage of our low mortgage rates, including 60-day rate lock and no cost to you. Purchase or refinance your home today.
Kern Schools, together we have something special.
You're right. You're live, and it is advanceocracy. In football, welcome back, everybody. This is KernHighNetwork.com. We are at the Liberty High School Gymnasium here in Bakersfield, California. This went all over the world tonight. We had people watching from different states and some servicemen watching from different country. And, you know, I thought I had a post game going, but Myers has got to hug all the Frontier players. But, hey, that's how we are. That's who we are. That's what we're all about.
Yeah, I got to say hi to my girls, Kennedy Nielsen and Penelope Zapata, two of our stars of Frontier High School.
Had a great game last night against Central. Good for you. Good for you. All right, so you asked me earlier, Tom, if I was a little surprised after game one. And no, not really. It's game one. They hadn't felt each other out. You asked me after game two, and I said, boy, it's always difficult to say I'm surprised when it's Amy Parker involved. In three, yeah, I'm a little surprised. I think that it was not hard to see that when we look over at Coach Herb, he was, just maybe besides himself. Like, really, these are the kind of mistakes we're making. And, yeah, that's a fantastic Patriots team, but boy, we're really shooting ourselves in the foot. And late in the third game, it's 22-22, they serve it out. 23-24, they serve it out. It's just these kinds of things where he'll regroup, they'll regroup. That's a very, very good volleyball team. But let's spend a few moments talking about our local team here on KernHighNetwork.com, the Liberty Patriots.
Liberty Patriots really showed us something tonight. You know, the fire, I guess, hasn't been there yet. They've kind of had some losses in the season so far that really, games that you really wouldn't have thought that they would have had trouble with, and then, you know, had a couple of surprises, you know, tonight. Really played well as a cohesive team. I said it earlier on the broadcast. You and I both agreed they were really gelling as a team. Lauren Burt doing a great job of putting the ball on the dot, finding that spot to put where her setter, you know, Tucker could get up and get the ball. And I'll tell you what, that's really what led to this win tonight for the Patriots.
A couple of things to get out of the way before we do Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. We want to thank again Dr. Brian Schaefer, Dr. Brenda Lewis, Dr. Dean McGee, and Stan Green. Thank you for allowing us to do this. We really appreciate it. Kern Schools Federal Credit Union, U.S. Army, PAV Solar and Communications, Premier Lighting, Tony's Pizza, and Raymond's Trophies. This is now the time where we will award the Tony's Pizza Player of the Game. Kyle goes to the campus, presents it in class, a pizza box with a gift certificate and a shirt. So, Julian, he wanted to go with
our man Julian Wilson behind the camera there.
He wanted to go Jaleesa Caracho. Very, very good choice. So we always ask our cameraman because he's following the action. So number 7 got a vote. I was going to go with Elise Ferreira because of the fact that if and when there was little runs being made by Clovis North, it always seemed to be that she was in the mix of making this thing happen. However, in saying that, my official choice will make it the triumphant, triangular, trifecta. The three of us all choose none other than the Tony's Pizza Player of the Game, the senior Lauren Burt. Tell us why you chose Lauren.
You know, I chose Lauren Burt. Well, I mean, it's no secret my little daughter Macy Myers is a setter. I'm a big fan of setters. She plays all the way around and does everything well on the court. Her vision is incredible. The where she puts the ball for her hitters is fantastic.
She set up the big points.
Even when she doesn't even have a way to get to the ball, she still puts the ball in the right spot. That's a good setter.
She set up the big points. Kyle, your thoughts on why you picked Lauren? Setting up and kill game, absolutely. And my thought on her was when they needed big points and they got big kills, the emphatic points that kind of run things, it was her setting it up. So, Lauren Burke, congratulations, the Tony's Pizza Player of the Game for tonight's volleyball match. We're going to close up very quickly. You got a home game. You're on the PA.
I'm on the PA tomorrow night at Frontier High School. Frontier takes on Atascadero. It's homecoming for Frontier, so all the Frontier fans, come on out, support your team. It's homecoming.
We'll see you soon. Kyle's got Miramonte at Arvin on Friday night. Julian, you're in Arvin. So I've got my game, myself, and Kyle's calling with Rich Cornford. My game is with Rick Van Horn and myself. The East Side Rumble, and I'll tell you what, both schools are having pre-game sales tickets all week. It's not just Highland and it's not just East. Both schools selling tickets right now for that big game. Always a good time at Scotland Yard. That's going to be Rick Van Horn, myself, Kevin Willie, and my cameraman, Antonio, is going to be with me. Good. So hope you enjoyed this tonight. To everybody at the Kern High School Districts, thanks for helping us do this. For all of our sponsors, we really appreciate it. The big news of the evening at Liberty High School, a 3-set sweep of Powerhouse Clovis North. Wow. For all of us here and for everybody that made this happen, have a great rest of the week. Good night. God bless.
Awesome.